3 Paranormal Encounter Stories. Story 1. Middle of the Desert Skinwalker Experience. My sister and I were out off-roading around 1 a.m. this one night in my old Jeep. We ended up coming across this large water retention basin and decided to explore it for a bit. While we were cruising around, we started talking about skinwalkers and whether they're real or not. The conversation had spooked us both a bit as it was pitch black out. Not a light in sight other than my light bars. We ended up changing the topic and kept on cruising. Not even 20 minutes later, we both got this very uneasy feeling of being watched. And shortly after, my dash lights started flickering slightly, something that they never do and haven't done since. Already spooked from the previous conversation, this creeped us out even more. And we decided it was time to call it a night. As we were about to leave the retention basin, my Jeep engine died, trying to climb the slight hill out, which was also not normal for my Jeep. It struggled to start but eventually started and was barely running. At that point we were terrified and I gunned it out of there, while my Jeep continued to run like it had a bullet shot through the engine. We definitely said our prayers, as neither one of us was going to get out and take a look at that point. Once we got back to the main road, we made it to a gas station close by and I stopped to investigate. Upon investigation, I found a vacuum line had come disconnected. A vacuum line that should not have come off, as it is a securely connected vacuum line. I reattached the line and my Jeep ran perfectly and has not come off. Years later, I've had without a doubt real paranormal experiences in the past, and this definitely felt the same. Was it just an unfortunate series of events, or was there something out there with us that night? I'll never know, and I definitely don't want to go back and find out for myself. Story 2. Double mirror reflection. We have a full-length mirror in our bedroom that my wife will sit in front of when she's getting ready to go out. She sits down and puts on her makeup and sometimes listens to music. It's angled in such a way that I can see her in the reflection. In our bathroom mirror, as I come out of the shower, I see the reflection in the bathroom mirror of the reflection of the full-length mirror, if that makes sense. A couple of years ago, we were getting ready to go out, and I forgot a towel. I knew that she had washed all the towels and I forgot to pull one out of the dryer before getting my shower. So when my shower was done, I pulled back the shower curtain and saw her in the reflection that I was just describing. "Babe, can you get me a towel?" Now her back is to the bathroom, but I see her look up into the mirror and just stare at me. Doesn't say anything, just a blank stare. "Babe." Nothing. No response but that stare. I figured she was mad I didn't grab a towel, so I walk out of the bathroom naked and wet and head downstairs to our first floor laundry room. It's on the other side of the kitchen. As I cross into the laundry room, I literally bumped into my wife coming out of the laundry. Totally scared the shit out of me. "Why are you running through the house naked? I would have got you a towel." I can't remember my exact words, but it was along the lines of, "I didn't think you heard me." So I walked slowly back upstairs and slowly peered into the bedroom, half expecting some ghost to jump out at me. But there was nothing. No one in front of the mirror and no one in the bathroom. I know it sounds like bullshit, but I'm 100% sure what I saw. Story 3. Something mimicking my mom. Background knowledge. I've always grown up loving all things paranormal. My mom is spiritual, and my dad was raised Catholic. They both believe in the paranormal and all that. So as kids we learned to adopt this too. I consider myself spiritual as well and practice witchcraft. This story took place during the beginning of COVID-19. It was roughly 1 to 2 a.m. in the morning. I was FaceTiming my then partner while I was on call. I felt myself getting thirsty, so I got up and went to my kitchen. I was still on FaceTime with both headphones on. I went into the pantry, grabbed a can of soft drink and then turned back around to head to my bedroom. As I was turning, I heard my name being called out. It was my name, coming from my mom, but it was odd. It sounded raspy and strained. My mom has smoked since she was 13 to 16. I forget the exact number. She's been an asthmatic her whole life, had pneumonia 3 times and has a quarter crystallized lung. So, when I first heard it, it didn't strike me as odd. I took one headphone off and called out "Mom," not expecting a response, but I got one. My name again. Same raspy voice, coming from my mom's room, but louder. I walked to her room, looked in and called out, "Are you okay?" She was dead asleep. I was a little freaked out, went to my room, slightly panicking as I told my partner what had just occurred. As they were confused, after I calmed down a little, I heard that my older brother was awake with one of his mates over. Yes, I know. Not smart during COVID. I walked in and told them while freaked out. I just heard a female voice call out my name. My brother and his friend showed a face of worry. And my brother said something that made my anxiety grow. It's weird you mentioned that. I heard what was like a raspy voice call my name out the other night. I hadn't mentioned to my brother that the voice was raspy. I then stayed up on FaceTime for the night. When I woke up the next day, around 3 p.m., I told my mom about the encounter. My mom, confused, said, "Oh, I hadn't gotten much sleep last night. Slept maybe 30 minutes max. You said you walked in while I was asleep." I somehow managed to hear that and walk into my mom's room while she was dead asleep. Luckily, I cleanse the house regularly now. Thanks for listening. Like and subscribe for more.